Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So today I'm doing my 3LOOKS1 palette with the new Menagerie Killer Purr. I was really excited to get this video filmed. I really wanted to just get my hands in it and play with this palette. This is what the color story looks like, just in case you don't know. I, of course, love how well it matches the front. Like, so Menagerie coming through with that. I love how curated their color stories are. It's so perfect. I have a couple little minor, not really even complaints because it's not a big deal, but just like things I wish could be different about the palette, but I will talk about that at the end. Really, I just went through, created 3 looks as usual. I don't know which one's my favorite as of right now, but I had a lot of fun playing with this palette. This didn't disappoint me as well as all the other Menagerie palettes. I love this formula. It's one of my absolute favorites. I can't wait to see what they come out with next. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's just get into the looks and then I'll chat more about the palette at the end of the video. Hello, it's time for look number 1 of this 3LOOKS1 palette. I already primed my eye with my Sigma eyeshadow base in Ignite, and I'm not going to set it because I don't do that. And I want to just jump right into Drought because I really want to try to give this yellow a good chance before I decide I don't like it. So we're going to use it. I'm going to take my Morphe E23 and just really swirl that shade on my brush. And I'm going to try more packing it rather than just straight up sweeping it, just to try to get it to be more pigmented. I'm going to build a lot of this color up, honestly. And this might pop more on top of a white base, but I personally don't like using a white base, so I'm just going to make it work as much as possible with what I do. I mean, it's a pretty bright, like duckling kind of color. I just don't think it's necessarily something I had to have in this palette, even though this shade initially intrigued me. I just don't really know what I expected of it, I guess. I want to take and just start running some of that down under my lower lashes also. I don't really know what kind of look I'm going for. I have like all these tones in my shirt, so I guess I'm going to go with lots of those typical fall colors. I mean, I guess it's pretty bright. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just not my favorite kind of color to work with. Maybe that's all it is, because I mean, it shows up, it built up, it blends out. Maybe I just don't like this color. Maybe it's just a personal preference thing. I want to take Cub now and just start swirling that in my crease as well. This is my Morphe M518. I'm holding the end of my brush because I don't want too much pressure. I'm not going to try to go as hard as I did with Drought. Just going to be swirling all the way from inner to outer, just to start creating some depth. And same with my lower lashes. I want to get some of this down here as well. Switching to another brush, I want to take Mane. This is my Colourpop E2. And I'm just going to take that and just, I don't know, tuck it a little bit closer in the crease, a little more in that outer corner. Again, just start building it up slowly to add some more depth. I want most of this depth to be focused out here though. I think I want a little bit of an elongated look, as usual. It's not too often that I don't do an elongated look. Gonna take the brush I was just using with Cub, that second shade, just to help blend out these edges. I'm liking these orangey, yellowy, mustardy tones all kind of put together. I think that's really cute. Now to deepen it even further, I'm going to take the Hunt, which is that orange, and I'm going to take this dual-ended Urban Decay brush. And I just want to, again, kind of do the same thing. I'm just working, making a nice gradient. I'm going to keep this a little bit tighter to that outer corner and crease. And a little bit out here in the lower lash. Just enough to create that angle. I'm going to take the brush I was using with Mane, the one I just used. No additional product. And then I'm going to take the brush that I used with the second shade Cub. Look how pretty these are all blending together. It's looking like a sunrise. It's so cute. I love that. I'm going to use the same Urban Decay dual-ended brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of Pride, that kind of warm brown color. And I'm going to be using the pencil brush side for this. Tap it off. And I'm going to focus this literally just in the outer corner of my eye. A little teeny bit in the lower lash line, just in the outer area. just because I really want nice depth out here. And I'm going to take the brush that I just used with the orange, the other side of that same brush, I guess. Actually, it's the same brush, just different side. No additional product, just using that to lightly buff out this edge so that it blends into the color next to it. And then I'm just going to go kind of just down the line in the order that I was using them, backwards, just like I've been doing. Look how pretty this is looking. It's so soft. I like that. I really want some green on my lower lash line, I think. So I'm going to take, let's see, let me find a pencil brush. I'm just going to take this random one. It's an old e.l.f. one. And I'm going to take Baobab, that green. And I'm going to just kind of pop that just kind of down here in the front half of my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take the smudgy side that I used with the darker brown, Pride, and then just kind of flip my brushes over, help buff them out. I'm not really using a lot of additional product. I just want to just kind of use the edge of my brush and the leftover stuff. You have to be a little careful with blending oranges and greens together because they're both secondary colors and they can sometimes muddy out if you're blending them too much together. So you just got to be a little bit careful. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it so much. Oh, I don't know what I want with the rest of my lid. Maybe I just want to place one of these shimmers down. Keep it kind of simple, even though it's still like, I don't know, pretty dramatic. I think I'm going to add more brown. Try to dramatize this outer corner up a little bit more. Just using lots of little motions, dipping into the colors very lightly, because I don't want it to get too much too fast. I'm gonna actually finally take that brush I used very first with no additional product just to help with this outer edge. Oh, this is so pretty. I really like the way this looks. I think I do just want to take one of the shimmers, but which one? This one's Prowl, this one's Lioness. I don't think it would really make too much of a difference either way. I think I'm going to go with Prowl, more of that gold one. And I don't really want to use both. I know I use both a lot, and I'm not feeling that today. I'm going to take a little bit of my NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm going to use my Spectrum A08. It's just like a typical lid shadow brush, a little bit fluffier. It's not too incredibly dense. I'm going to just pop this across the lid. I don't really want to do a cut crease. I just want the shade just kind of stamped on the lid and blending into that outer corner. So dipping right into Prowl immediately. Oh, it's so cute. And I wanted kind of a fluffier shadow brush just so I can kind of smush and wiggle it around once I get to my edge. It might look like I'm dipping in a lot, and I am, but it's just because I'm only grabbing a little bit of color at a time, just because, again, I don't want this shimmer to overwhelm this eye look. Oh, I think that was a good move. I think that's really, really cute. I do think I want to intensify this green just a little bit more. It's there, but I want it to be a little bit more there, you know? I think that's quite lovely. I'm probably going to highlight my inner corner just with Flexitarian from Colourpop because that's my face highlight. I'm going to put something in my waterline, throw my lashes, something on my lips, and we'll chat some more. All right, so this is look number 1. I think it's really pretty. I feel very cozy in fall and cute and glam. We're actually going suit shopping for Zane and his groomsmen for their suits today. I feel cute. I like it a lot. I don't know. I'm just content. I went with my black olive eye pencil from NYX for my waterline. My lashes are still the Electra ones from Rouge and Rouge. And on my lips, I went with Harvest from Black Moon Cosmetics because it kind of goes with that stripe in my shirt. So yeah, I feel all matchy-matchy and cute. So let's just move on to look number 2. Hello, it's Tuesday. I have like 45 minutes until I need to leave for work. I'm just on a quick little break and I decided now was a good time to film look number 2. I'm going to prime my eye with my Sigma eyeshadow base as usual, and I'm not going to set it because I don't do that. I feel like I shouldn't have to say any of that at this point, but just in case anybody's new here. This is how I prep my canvas every time. So I'm gonna go straight in with Drought again. I know that I keep saying I don't love this color and then I keep going in with this color. It's just how it's gotta be. I'm going in with my Morphe M518. And I'm just gonna start swirling this through my crease, and I'm also gonna take it under my lower lash line. Even though I don't love this particular tone on me for my looks, I do feel like it does help blend out these shades in the palette nicely. So that's why I'm using it. There's a very loud truck driving by. What is new? So now what I wanna do is I wanna take the shade Watering Hole, and I'm just gonna take that on a blending brush. And I'm going to start working that through my crease and under my lower lash as well. I want this to be the main focus color in my crease. And when the yellow and this tealy blue kind of touch, it is going to make a greenish color. I'm okay with that, but I still want this Watering Hole shade to pretty much be the majority of my crease action. What are you guys up to? I'm gonna take a little pencil brush, by the way. This is a Spectrum A12, just to really push it up against this lower lash situation. It's like 1 o'clock right now. Woke up at 5:30 like normal. We went to the gym, did some salon supplies shopping, worked a little bit. I went to the mall because I needed a belt like ASAP. My pants are starting to get way too loose and they're driving me nuts, which is a good thing, but it's still driving me nuts. Had lunch. I'm gonna go back to work just for a haircut after this. And it's weird, I was so full of energy like even 30 minutes ago, but now I just want to take a nap really bad. But I'm gonna spend the evening editing. It's actually the first day that Disney Plus is a thing, and I really want to watch that Lady and the Tramp movie tonight, so I think we're going to do that. I'm just taking that fluffy brush and blending these edges so that it flows into that yellow shade, and look how just effortlessly everything's working together. Freaking love Menagerie, man. They make it so easy. I'm going to take a little bit more of Drought just to really smoke it out underneath. Isn't this so lovely? I'm so excited. I'm gonna take just a random packing, well, it's not really a packing brush, it's kind of fluffy, just like a lid brush. This is a Spectrum A08, and I wanna take Mighty Roar that purple. I'm gonna pick some of that shadow up, tap it off, and I wanna pack this across my lid and just have that blending up into my Watering Hole shade. I'm not gonna take this up too terribly high because it will, I just want room for it to blend out. I don't want this to end up overtaking my blue. I want it just to all flow together. This is kind of why I wanted a little bit of a fluffier shadow brush for my lid, just so I can kind of move and smush the shadow around a little bit easier. Kanade was sitting on my filming desk right before I started filming, and now there's cat hair everywhere. I can feel it. It's driving me nuts. Ooh, look how pretty that is. I'm gonna take my brush I used with the blue, with maybe a tiny bit more blue, just to really help smudge the edge so that everything can flow nicely. Look how pretty that is. I really like that, and it's so simple, but it's so cool. Ooh, yes. I'm quite a fan of this. I'm just going back and forth between my blue brush and the brush I used with this plummy shade. No additional product anymore. I feel like we're pretty good on the amount. I'm just going back and forth to make sure I like the way things are flowing. And I think I like that a lot. And this is pretty much where I want to leave that look. I know that's pretty simple, just 3 shadows, but sometimes you don't need a million shadows. I'm going to highlight my inner corner with Flexitarian like I did for look number 1, still my face highlight. I'm going to find something for my waterline, put on my lashes, something on my lips, and we'll chat some more. All right, this is look number 2. I feel so cute in this look. I love these colors together. I just think it's quite lovely. And I don't know, I'm content with it. My eye pencil is fresh from LA Girl. I went with my Rouge and Rogue Electric lashes again, or Electra, whatever they're called. And on my lips, I went with a mixture of the Naked Cherry Wet Cherry Gloss from Lime Crime and the Tiptoe Luxe Lipstick from Colourpop. I don't know how I came to that mixture, it just sort of happened. So yeah, this is look number 2. Let's move on to the last look. There's a leaf blowing man right outside my window as soon as it's time to film. That's great. I love that for me. I have no clue what kind of look I want to do today. I know I want to play with like some yellowy mustardiness, but I really don't have much of a plan. I am going to go straight in with Cub. I'm just going to use this Spectrum C06 brush. It's just kind of a domed blending brush. I don't really have a particular reason why other than my brushes are mostly dirty, but I do also like this for laying down kind of a first shade in the crease. Honestly, I'd be happy just like running a mustard. I mean, I've said this so many times, a mustardy kind of color all around my eye and being good to go. I would probably just deepen this up with a little bit of brown and I'd be content, but I want to do something a little spicier than that. I feel like by itself that's too boring. I feel like a really predictable look with this palette is to do just like lots of warmth on the crease and lid and then pop that blue on the lower lash line, and I really want to try avoiding that. I just don't know. I just don't know what I want to use. I think I'm going to take the green Baobab. I'm going to take this angled brush at the Spectrum B04, and I want to start packing this in the outer half of my eye, my upper crease area, and my lower lash line. I don't totally know why just yet. That's just what I'm gravitating towards, so I'm gonna roll with it. I might even just cover the outer half of my lid with the green. Kind of something like that. I'm just gonna take that first brush with no additional product just to help buff out the edge so it's a little bit softer. I'm going to do something a little crazy because I've given this shade some hate, but I'm going to take Drought. I'm just taking the Spectrum A13. And again, like I've said, I don't think the shadow itself performs bad. I just don't think I like this color on myself. I might like it better packed on the lid though than anything. We'll see. I just want this light yellow just to kind of blend into our green. I know that middle's looking scary. I just made a mess throwing too much shadow. I'm going to deepen that back up with some green. I'm going to go ahead and just pop it in my inner corner as well. You know, I'm not hating it next to these colors. I'm so weird with this shade. I keep flip-flopping if I like it or not. Who knows? I'm going to take a little bit more green and just start smushing. Then just going back in with the yellow. I'm just going to kind of go back and forth between the two brushes. Not really any additional product at this point. I'm just going to keep going back and forth, just kind of lightly rubbing between the two until I like the way it flows. And I'm liking that. I think that's pretty. I wanted it to be soft but cute. I'm going to take the shade Pride. I haven't really played with this one too much. I'm going to take this flat brush from Colourpop. It's an E11. I want to add some depth to my lower lash line. So I'm going to pop this right up against the lashes, mostly in the outer half. I'm not going to bring it all the way in. Then I'm going to take the brush with a tiny bit more green that I was using earlier, just to help start smoking this out. I'm just going to keep it pushed really close to my lashes. And then that very first brush with no additional product. Now I definitely want to play with the shade Lioness because I haven't used that on my eyes yet. So I'm just going to take a pencil brush. This is a random old one from e.l.f. And I'm just going to pop this in my lower lash line, specifically towards the front. There's always cat hair everywhere. I'm so itchy. Just going to smush that here, and then once I have that built up in the front the way I like it, I'm going to just lightly spread it down. But I am going to take my brush with the green shadow just to help buff. I really like this, and this was very effortless to do. This did not take me very long. I had no clue where I was going with this look when I started, but I'm a fan. I think it's really nice. I guess at this point I'm just going to do the other eye, throw on my lashes, something in my waterline, something on my lips, and we'll chat some more. All right, this is look number 3. It was very simple, but I really like it. I think it's pretty. I don't know, I just feel very cute right now. I like these, I don't know, almost garden-y tones. It's really cute. I went with my same Electra lashes from Rouge and Rogue. I went with my black olive eye pencil from NYX, and on my lips I went with Cider from Black Moon. I just wanted something kind of yellowy to go with, like my headband and stuff like that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I like this look all put together. Let's just chat about the palette now. We are all done. All right, so that's it. Those were my 3 looks. Which one was your favorite? I really can't decide. I really like all 3 of them, and they're all so different. I just can't decide, so you're gonna have to tell me which one was your favorite, because I'm content with all of them. Let's chat about the palette. We can chat about my minor things that I wish could be changed. I'm still on the fence about Drought, and again, the shadow's not bad. The shadow performs fine. It's just not my favorite color to work with. However, I really like it in this look. I'm not sure. I'm very on the fence about it. It's just a color I guess I just don't reach for pastel yellows, and that's just not my favorite. I wish there weren't both of these in here. I feel like they play very similarly on the eye. I did upload an eye swatch video in case you haven't seen that. I'll have that down below if I remember. But I feel like we could have done without one of those. But I'm also not angry that they're both in here. And the only other thing I wish there was just at least 1 or 2 more shimmers. I would have been really happy. That, or if just one of these could be like more of a fun color. But that's just because I'm a color loving person and bronzy shimmers just don't really do it for me. But there's nothing wrong with the palette itself. I think overall the color story is really cute. It's very fall, grungy, earthy, and it's very up my alley as far as a neutral palette goes. So yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with this palette. I guess that's about it though. I will do an updated Menagerie multi-palette bingo with all my Menagerie palettes at some point, whether it's this month or maybe next month. It will happen, I promise. I guess that's really all I have to say though. If you made it to the end, leave some kind of safari animal or like a lion or just anything like that. I know I've said that for my other ones, but I feel like it's just so fitting with the killer purr, you know? So yeah, leave one of those for me, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe. I am posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.